Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Minus Cast episode 14. I'm here with Chari5.
You don't have to laugh. It's fine. I am Chari5.
For a second there, I had a brain fire. I wanted to call you Charles 7.
Also correct.
Just like
Also correct,
yeah. Podcast.
That would be fantastic.
We have Charles 67. We have Nathaniel Bandy. We have Tetrabit Gaming and myself. And Mario Maker 2 just had a massive update, bringing Super Mario Bros. to the mix and a lot of other very interesting tidbits to a lot of the different styles in the game. And a map maker mode, which is absolutely incredible.
Yes,
It was a massive update.
Yeah, I'm absolutely shocked that they actually made a world maker, because it's one thing for Nintendo to make like just the ability to create unique levels, but now you can literally make an entire game. That's incredible with different worlds. It's just so cool. I don't know what else to say. It's just really, really cool. This is actually a real thing.
I was saying when I was watching this the trailer on my stream yesterday, I was like, dude, Nintendo's never making another 2D Mario game ever again.
Yeah,
people can literally make a whole game, 40 level game, and just share it online. Like, there's really no reason unless they completely revamp it in some way. But
that's the thing. I think Nintendo is so confident in their next true 2D Mario game that they are letting people do this. Like, they must have an idea that is so amazing that cannot be replicated by anyone else, that they're like, all right, you know what? We're going to actually do this. You guys, you can make your classic Mario levels. What's coming in, I don't know, 2-3 years? It's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's
the one thing I don't like about the world maker is that every world, I don't know if this is subject to change, but every world is just named after the maker. You can't give it the custom name Super Nathaniel World. It's just dope, cool, okay.
Super Zuck World.
Why can't I call it Bandy Epic Gamer World?
Exactly, right?
Super and World's forced to be in the top and bottom.
Yeah.
0 out of 10. Can't actually name your worlds.
I just loved I loved Super Ronnie World from the trailer. I'm like, that's a name.
So random. Okay, let's break it down. I'm just skipping through the ad right now, or the trailer right now. So first thing they announced was the Super Mario Bros. 2 Mushroom. So it's not a new mode, because I think everyone was expecting Super Mario Brothers 2 to be its own style.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But they kind of went for just making an item kind of like Link power up was.
I think that's a good move. I think it's a good move because
I think so too.
Honestly, I think what I liked about the Link power up was that you could have a section of the level be Link specific and then get away from it. I think the same thing for this. You can have you might have a level, but the middle 50% of the level is the Super Mario Bros. 2 theme and involves around those mechanics. I think it's kind of neat that's not a dedicated thing, and you can kind of sprinkle in. I mean, they didn't specify. Is it just classic?
It's
Mario
just
Bros.
Super Mario Bros.
I would believe so. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of like the same way Link is.
Yeah. And I think, first off, that gives more flair to the original Mario Bros. Style. There's the Link costume, and now there's this. Because I know, in Mario Maker 1, people didn't really care that much for the Mario Bros. 1 style outside of the amiibo costumes and things along the lines of that. But I feel like this is actually a pretty fair trade-off, because at first I was like, oh, well, it's not its own game style, but you know what? The game is already so drastically different that I think maybe this just makes more sense.
And I think that that there's not much you could add to a visual style to Mario 2 to the point where using Mario 1 is just you already have the main thing, which is picking stuff up off the ground, which I thought that's awesome that you can pick up almost anything, and even stuff from the ground like the snow. That's nuts.
That is
great.
So crazy. Yeah.
My thought is, how does that interact? I think the thing I really like about it, hypothetically, is the fact that you could pick up a Goomba and toss it at another player and kill them, or something like that.
Right?
I don't know. I mean, you can do that with shells already, but I'm wondering to what how much that's going to change in terms of the competitive nature of people trying to eliminate other players as they go along,
or even just picking up other people, throwing them down, pits.
Oh, Nico's going to be happy with that.
Oh, yes, he is.
Carrying Luigi.
If we're doing a no coin challenge, I'm going to pick up Nico and throw him into some coins. Be like, ha, take that.
Yeah.
I guess we should also preface that we're recording this before it's out, because I feel like when we put this out, it's already going to be released. So we're still kind of in the speculation mode for those that are confused.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I kind of had to bite my tongue with what I was about to say, because I was about to ask, did they show if, I'm assuming that this is going to be the case, but for Luigi, Toad, and Toadette, they're going to have a Mario Bros. 2 outfit as well, right? I'd imagine.
Yeah, in the trailer, they actually show the Luigi version. It's for like 1 second. You have to
I didn't
pay
see
attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was during like the little montage thing at the end, but yeah, so they're gonna have like their own custom sprites.
Nice.
Does that mean Toadette becomes Peach?
That would be interesting.
Because I think that Super Mario Bros. The selling point was always they had their own mechanics. The big jump for Luigi, Toad. I forget Toads.
He just
speeds up faster.
He's a fast boy.
Fast. Yeah,
and he pulls stuff out of the ground faster.
Yeah. But Peach can fly, so I'm wondering if it's going to be like Peachette or something.
Right.
I don't think so.
Crown.
I think they're going to keep things consistent in terms of like the attributes, but that'd be really sick if that was the case.
Speaking of keeping the attributes the same, one of the things that they added for the Super Mario World one was the P balloon, which does not work at all like it does in the original. Like it actually looks like it has. It looks better. It looks like you can actually control the thing a lot more. So that was really interesting to see, and like I just love seeing all 4 characters in Mario Maker 2 just like floating alongside each other with like those sprites. It looks hilarious to me.
Yeah, it looks so much more fun to use than the Mario World P-Balloon because, like, it's a cool power-up, but, I don't know, it just felt super clunky. So this looks like such a much better alternative. And I love that they brought back the frog suit. First off, the frog itself has animations. Like, when you're running, the eyes on the frog is, like really intense.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And you can even run on water now, like, when you're holding
That was a
things.
cool thing, yeah.
That is awesome. Like, not only are they bringing... Power. Yeah, it's like not only are they bringing back old power-ups, but they're also enhancing them, too. Like, that's such a Mario Maker thing to do.
Yep. I was just going to bring up, because I didn't think about this until now, but if I remember correctly, the Super Mario Bros. 2 sprite was scrapped from Super Mario Maker 1. So I'm just thinking maybe like they were thinking about putting this in way back then, because I can't think of another reason why they wouldn't include this sprite in that game if they weren't already like had some kind of idea of this sort already kind of in their noggin. So I it just clicked to me now. I'm like, wait a second, this wasn't in Mario Maker 1, and it's like it almost should have been, but maybe this has been like in the works for a while, like almost 5 years, whatever.
Do you think that maybe it was just a costume in the original? Or did it have
that's what
like
I think.
Actual thing?
It was supposed to be just a costume. That's what I mean, though. Okay. Like it was never implemented. It's one of the ones that's I believe it's referenced in the code as Super Mario World or Super Mario Bros. USA, but it never got added. There's like 4 or 5 costumes that never got added, and like you'd think that like it being like a pretty common, it is literally a Mario costume, and to not add this but add Shaun the Sheep, there must be a good reason. There must be a good reason they didn't include this.
So, I don't know. I just clicked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it just clicked to me while we were talking about it. I'm like, wait a second, this didn't make it to that game, so why is it, they actually finally brought it back, which is great.
I've been seeing some conspiracies that where you didn't get like a new extra game style because of the whole lockdown thing. But personally, now that you've mentioned that they've kind of had the idea for, or they've had in the codes of Mario the Mario Bros. 2 Mario. Maybe they didn't really know what to do with it. They couldn't figure out, okay, do we make this a game style or just a power up? And it just took them a long time to kind of figure out, okay, you know what, this makes way more sense to power up. We'll kind of include it with Mario Bros. 1, and then that'll be that.
That's the thing, because Mario Bros. 2 is so drastically different than the other games with the whole throwing mechanic. It's completely different. Yeah. Almost too different.
Right.
But like Smikey was saying, like it does give like you guys said, it does give more of a reason to play the original Super Mario Brothers. But also, like the thing that I've been asking, or one of my top 10 things I wanted from Mario Maker 1 was the ability to like switch the game modes inside of a level. So like you start a level in Mario Bros. 1, you go down a pipe, you emerge in New Super Mario Bros. So this kind of, like Smikey said, it kind of segments the level, so you can kind of break it up.
It's kind of like
in that style.
Yeah,
not to the same extent that I guess wished for, but you could make a third of the level regular, third of the level Mario Bros. 2, and a third of the level a Link level. So like you can kind of like really give it that much variety in one level.
What about
I think it's super cool.
Mario Land?
No. Actually, that would have been cool. I wish they added the Super Mario Land 2 still. Next time. Yeah, maybe next time.
I mean, it's pretty similar to Mario World, right? Like if they had added like the bunny ears to Mario World, that would have been cool.
Yeah, I guess something else that's kind of interesting about the World Maker is that it doesn't look like there's going to be a way to add alternate exits, but that would have been so sick, because then it would have been like, this is 100% you can make a Mario game, because that's like the only thing that's really missing.
Because we have the Koopalings now, which was another like huge thing that before we just had Boom Boom, we had Bowser, Bowser Jr., and now it's like there's so much more variety now. I mean, granted that they all do like similar things. They all attack. They all like do the shell thing with Bowser Jr., but their attack patterns are what's different. I think that's going to add a lot to the game in terms of, I don't know, boss rushes or just bosses in general.
Yeah, bosses in general.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to see their sprites, and like I think they showed I think Morton in 8-bit, like in Super Mario Bros. But I'm excited to see all their sprites like in the older games, because they weren't there for. They were first introduced in World, right? Or was it 3?
Mario Bros. 3.
3.
Okay, so yeah, I guess the only new one's going to be Mario Bros. 1. But I think it's really cool that we're finally going to see them in that style.
They changed Ludwig in World, and it's not a big thing, but it bothers me because I grew up with like a different design.
Notice that.
Yeah, like he's kind of greenish gray now, but like in the original Mario World, he was like golden, and I'm just like, why? He looked so nice.
Yeah, that's strange. I guess something else to note is that you can stack things like cannons or you can stack other weapons on top of boss characters already, like Bowser, Bowser Jr. We can now do this with all of the Koopalings. Oh god. That creates like 60 different attack patterns if you like, mix and match all this stuff together. Now there's so many different bosses. That is really, really cool. Yeah,
like every boss rush level that's out right now has been like instantly like I mean, obsolete. It's just obsolete, yeah. Because like now they're gonna be, way longer.
Crazier.
They're going to be 2 or 3 times longer with the amount of different combinations and stuff they could have, which I'm looking forward to, because I think for a lot of us, you could kind of always anticipate like the challenge at the end being Boom Boom or Bowser or Bowser Jr. I suppose. So I'm really looking forward to the variety that the different Koopalings can offer.
And it's going to be great when people are building out actual worlds, because when you get to an end of a world, say like if you're playing something that is 8 worlds long with 40 levels, every world is going to have a different boss, or they could all have different bosses, which is just going to make the game more fun.
So I don't know if I missed this or not, but with the world maker, can you just like make a world of other people's courses, or do they all have to be the ones that you have made yourself?
Well, the thing is, you can download other people's courses, so I think it's like whatever courses you've either created or downloaded, but I'm not 100% sure on downloaded courses.
So I was gonna say, like, I don't know if that many people have made 40 of their own levels.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah, that would take a long time, but like still, I mean, it would be great. I'm curious how exactly you're gonna be able to play these. I mean, I guess you could like look up.
I was thinking, because I think Tetra mentioned it like in his stream last night. But I think what they're gonna do with it is like similar to the levels. They're gonna have like a specific code for the world. And then, like, if you input that, like, it just shows up, like, oh, play Super Ronnie World. It's like, okay, cool, I'll do that. Press start.
Super Ronnie World.
I think that's what I'm kind of, I don't know how I feel about it yet, because, like, right now, it's like a lot of people, like on Swanky Zone, they submit levels all the time, right?
Yeah.
It's like, sure, I'll check out the levels. When someone submits a world, that's a big sandwich to bite into, because you don't. I mean, that could be several levels long.
I was gonna say that's like several months of content for Swanky Zone.
I can't wait to start seeing Kaizo worlds, where people just add 40 stupid hard levels, and it's like, good luck beating this entire game.
Yeah, right.
Bean Burrito 1 through 40. You guys know what that level is?
The Big Burrito series, or the Bowser's Big Bean Burrito.
I'm just looking what else they finally added the acorn.
The super acorn. Not a lot of people talked about that. Yeah, not a lot of people have talked about that, but like, it's like, where was it?
Yeah, right.
It's using the game uses the Mario Bros. U art style and the same physics. Why did it not have that game's brand new power up? I don't know, but
it was so weird because it was so weird because like when you were reviewing it on stream last night, and then I heard like, oh, and we finally added the acorn. I was like, wait, what? So not only did I not know that it wasn't already in the game, but I didn't even notice it the first time we watched it.
They kind of like breezed through the acorn and the boomerang really quickly. They're kind of just like, this, and then 5 cool power-ups that are new, mostly new.
The boomerang's pretty cool. I think that's actually, trying to think, that might be the first time that power-up's ever been used in a 2D Mario game, because I know it's in 3D Land, in 3D World.
Was it not in... The DS New Super Mario?
No, it wasn't in Mario Bros. U. It wasn't in any of the new Super Mario Bros. Games.
Why don't they have the blue shell for New Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah.
Well, there was the blue shell.
I wish.
But not the... Oh, you're saying they should add that to this game?
Yeah.
Yes,
like,
they should
why
add the
don't
blue
they?
shell.
That was such a cool power-up.
That would be sick.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. So I guess they did say this is the last major update. So rest in peace, anyone that was hoping for New Super Mario Bros. DS things or new styles. Yeah. Which was like everyone was. I don't want to say debated, but there was like that thing where it's like extra styles or whatever, and there was nothing there. So it's just like, are they just gonna get rid of it now? Or are they just gonna keep it? Like,
I mean,
right. I saw a lot of memes about them dropping the S.
Oh yeah, that'd be so funny if they do extra game style, and then it's just like, well, the thing that bothers me about that is it's like you got this big giant rectangle with one little icon in the corner.
Yeah,
it looks like there's supposed to be 3 more that get filled in at some point. I mean, maybe it's just going to look empty for the rest of time. I don't know.
It does make sense going back to that idea that Tetris spit out about the, that maybe Super Mario Bros. 2 was originally planned to go down there, and then they let's just make it a power up instead.
Yeah, I'm just like wondering what else they might have had planned. They might have just shelved it for Mario Maker 3 at this point. Who knows?
Yeah, probably.
It's interesting though, because like I've seen a lot of mixed reactions online. There's some people like, I'm excited about all this stuff that's coming out, right?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who are like, they're viewing this as like, oh, Nintendo did not view Mario Maker as a success, and that's why they're kind of closing the book on it pretty quick. It's very weird. It's an interesting take, and like you go into it, and a lot of people are they're coming off of, I guess, the power that Mario Maker 1 had,
right?
And seeing how quickly they're capping off the DLC or even just updates for 2. I mean, you think about it, it came out almost a year ago, and now it's done. So I guess I do understand that standpoint.
I don't know though, because I think that's just asking too much in terms of creativity, because like Mario Maker 1 had a lot of creativity, especially from like the audience it had, but I think a lot of that must have come from like the different outfits you could use. When you strip that away, like a lot of people aren't incentivized to like, oh, let's make a Pac-Man based level or a Sonic level and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like they added Link, they added Mario Bros 2, they added Mario Land,
they added a world maker.
A world maker, like all this different stuff.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how big of a deal that is. Like, this is no longer just individual levels. People can now take the time to craft out levels and make entire games out of it. That is a huge thing. Like, personally, I feel like this game has added, in terms of free stuff, this is free, by the way. You pay for the base game, and this is just extra on top of it. I feel like it has added way more value compared to what Mario Maker 1 added. Because, like, the first game, it added a couple of new, things to play with. This game has added, 10 new power-ups. We got World Maker, loads of new enemies, loads of new, course parts, stuff like that. So,
multiplayer,
I don't know.
Although it sucks.
And multiplayer. But, yeah, they tried, That's all I can say about that. They tried.
I think one of the trade-offs that people are looking at is like, you say it's a free update, right? But technically, playing Mario Maker 1 online, correct me if I'm wrong, you didn't have to have a subscription. You just played. Accessing any online content, basically any level that anyone else has ever made, requires you to have an online subscription for Mario Maker 2. So while it is a free update, you are shelling out the $20 a year. Some people exclusively, at first, for that service, which is kind of why maybe people had that take. I don't know. I think that's one of the things that is interesting about it, because I think of the shelf life of the game, right? Like if I wanted to play Mario Maker 5 years from now, 6 years from now, like when does the online services for the Switch end?
That's what I've always thought of.
Does Mario Maker 2 become this shell of a game that can't do anything?
Yeah.
Well, that's what Mario Maker 1's going to be eventually. When those
that's what I was.
die down.
I was always thinking about that for Mario Maker 1. Like, when is that going to go down? And like, is it just going to be a box on my shelf now that like I can't get any? Yeah, that's the problem with like online exclusive games. And Mario Maker 1 has a single player mode, but
it's going to turn into Mario Maker for the 3DS, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, no one remembers that game. Oh God.
I feel so sad when people are like, "Hey, play my Mario Maker 3DS level." I was like,
"Who's ever said that?"
It's been a couple in the comment section.
That exists?
No, wow. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of shocked about that.
Dang. I didn't even know you could share levels with that game. I guess don't you have to be like within? You had to be like.
It's locally
close.
only.
Yeah, it has to be local. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it has online.
Go to Swanky's house. Just shoot your level.
give me your address.
Gift card.
I'm gonna mail my 3DS to you, and then you can download it, and then you mail the 3DS back.
Return to sender.
All right, let's talk new items. Because I'm looking at the 5 here,
items.
and they're pretty slick.
What do you want to start us off with?
Okay, my head in the video I'm watching, my head is blocking the first one. I think. I don't even know what it is.
Are you in the 3D World section?
Yeah, just when they're like they have all 5 items.
Yeah.
But my goofy head's blocking the first one.
What we've got is we have the bullet box where you can shoot. You can shoot little cannonballs, and then there's the propeller box where you can shoot a propeller 3 times. The Pow Block, which is different from regular POW. If you just you can hit things 3 times and then everything explodes. There's the Goomba Mask. You can pretend to be a Goomba, evade enemies, and then there is the most interesting one, the Bullet Bill box, where you can literally fly, which is incredibly interesting. Yeah.
Okay, let's start with the first one. So the first one is the Bullet Box. It's kind of cool. I don't know if it is any better than like a Bowser car or the Bowser copter, whatever it's called, with a fireball. I feel like it's kind of the same thing. Maybe it can break things that fire can't.
Yeah.
So what I'm wondering about all these is there gonna be a way to take them off? Because in 3D World you can't take those things off. You have to get hit. That's how you get rid of them. So I don't know if there's gonna be a method to doing that this time.
And sorry, these are just for 3D World, right? They're not for every style. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. It gives more of a reason to use that mode, because I think initially a lot of people were like, well, this mode is missing a lot of stuff the other ones have, so it's like, why would I play these levels instead, right?
Well, it had the most mechanics for Mario being able to move, but it had like the least amount of things. I mean, honestly, like in terms of playing it, I encountered so few 3D World levels that I sometimes one loads up, I'm like, oh wait, this is actually a 3D World level. This is not just other
not just
3D
Super Mario's.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing. Like, even from the beginning, I thought it was weird to add 3D World, just because it's like it's literally the 3D game. So like to add it to a 2D space, it's just like visually it looks very similar to New, and like mechanically it's very different. But how do you translate those new mechanics to 2D? And I think they're doing an okay job of it. It's just weird, you know?
Yeah, I think we talked about how weird it is that it's kind of segmented from the other 4, where like the other 4 are completely intercompatible, and there's like child number 5 that is a little bit different.
And we'll get to it in a bit, but like the one of the new enemies is also absent from 3D World.
Then the next power up is the propeller box, which is similar to is the propeller mushroom in this game?
Yes, it's
okay. I was like, wait a second, I don't remember seeing it, but I guess
I don't remember
either. Like, wait a second, I know it's in Mario Maker 1, but like it's very underutilized then if it's in this game, because I very rarely see it.
I think it's in the game. I'm pretty sure.
I guess it's kind of cool. This is actually a brand new thing. This does not exist in well, actually no, it does exist in Mario. No, it does exist. It just looks different now.
Yeah.
It does exist in 3D Land and 3D World, but you can only do 3. You can do 3 jumps in the air. It used to only be 1, so now it's like super powerful compared to even the propeller mushroom.
And I was gonna say that's what makes it different than the mushroom, because you can use it 3 times, and I believe as soon as you touch the ground, it restarts the counter.
I didn't realize that.
In one of the videos, you can see like I think it has 1 or 2, and then he touches the floor, and I think it bumps back up to 3.
Interesting.
Holy crap!
So it can make really cool levels. Because I think one of the one they showcase, it's like a level where you have to use it and like avoid spikes and stuff, and wall jump and do all this crazy stuff. So it can make for some really cool levels.
I can just imagine like a level where it's required for you to use it the entire time. So like if you get hit, you're done. Like you have to restart the level.
Yeah. So I'm looking at a clip here. So like it's used. Mario touches one of the donut blocks, and it charges back up to 3 as soon as he touches the floor. That's really cool.
So it does recharge.
I guess it has.
Wow.
Yeah. So I guess unlimited uses, given that you touch the floor every once in a while.
Then there's the Pow Block item. This one just seems really weird to me. I think it's like a cool idea, but I don't know. I would rather just throw a Pow Block and move on than have it on my head.
It doesn't seem very practical.
It's interesting that it has a range. Like when in the trailer, when they hit that final thing, you can see the wave of it go out and then stop.
Yeah.
Like I think that's kind of neat that it has an active range for its. And I don't know if that's because like normally a Power Block, you hit it, it kills everything on the screen, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Like
I think
I'm pretty sure the effect is the screen, anyways.
Yeah. I think so.
With that, the shockwave looks like it's smaller than the area effect of a normal Pow Block.
Are there Pow Blocks in the 3D mode? Or is that exclusive
Honestly, I can't tell you. I played so few levels.
I think there is.
I feel like I've driven the Koopa car into one of them, so I feel like there is.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there are Pow Blocks. So that's super weird that like they also have this Pow Block. Like it is different.
It kind of makes it redundant a little bit.
In a way, it kind of does.
Yeah, I can just see someone doing like this block thing where like you have to jump in a certain spot to like the range has to unlock a key like in a certain spot you miss and you're just screwed.
Oh, that'll be so dumb. There's gonna be like a level
levels already.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a level with like 10,000 question mark blocks, and you have
my gosh,
you got 3 chances to find where the key is. Otherwise, you can start.
You can make a mine sweeping level.
Oh my
that's
god,
awesome! That's an awesome idea.
You can make a treasure hunting level with like
get your ideas, fellas and fellows.
That
Swanky's giving you ideas.
If there's like hints for something like that, that would actually be so cool.
Okay,
it just made me think of the Mario Party 1 minigame where you're like digging for the treasure. It's just you can kind of recreate that with Mario Maker.
That'd be so cool. After that,
there's the Goomba one.
The Goomba
which
Mask.
At first I thought it was lame. I'm like, I've always thought this item was lame, even in Mario 3D World. I'm like, you just make yourself look like a Goomba. They ignore you. Okay, you do that for 2 seconds. That's fine. But I feel like someone could make a really cool like stealth level out of this, where it's like otherwise impossible. Like it would be otherwise impossible unless you like jump and like creep your way past like hordes of Goombas and Koopas and stuff.
And the idea would be like
potential.
You can't get hit. I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And you'd have to have that level stipulation where like getting hit can't win.
Yeah.
What I'm really looking forward to, so when Mario Maker 2 first came out, probably about a month or two after it or so, someone made a really, really good Five Nights at Freddy's level where you have to use a P-switch to block your door. You're like in a 2x2 space area. It's really good, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With the Goomba Mask, you could technically make a Five Nights at Freddy's 2 level because the mechanic in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is you put the mask on, and when you have the mask on, they think you're one of them, so they don't attack you.
Interesting.
So you could probably, it would take some finagling, but you could probably make a Five Nights at Freddy's 2 level using the Goomba Mask and kind of detouring the aggressive enemies around you.
I think that goes back to what Nathan was asking earlier. Like, is there going to be a way to take it off? Because I feel like that would kind of defeat the purpose of the level. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
like, always have the mask on.
There's like an infinite stack of Goomba masks and then a spike. Every time you want to take it off, you jump on the spike.
Okay, what's the last one?
We got
the bullet bill one. This is probably the coolest one. Probably the coolest one.
Yeah. So first off, so we brought this up before we started recording, but Ant Dude made this tweet about what if the bullet bill is in Mario 3D World Deluxe? I mean, that would be such a interesting brand new power up to add to the game, and I think. For this game too, we can essentially make flying levels now. Like you could make like legitimate shooters. I mean, that is
bullet
insane.
hells. That would be
Radius,
so cool.
Toho all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's the clown car, but I don't know. This is a lot faster than the clown car.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there also a post that someone said that 3D?
I was going to bring that up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming to the eShop.
Oh, to the eShop. Well, didn't
something.
I think we all got like tagged in a post that like someone said that like Best Buy had a like Super Mario 3D World listing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
But it didn't say anything about like deluxe or anything. It was just like a Super Mario 3D World for Switch listing on like Best Buy or Walmart.
Yeah,
or
Best
something.
Buy adds inactive listing for Super Mario 3D World on Switch.
And we're just like, interesting.
I mean, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Everyone, pretend to be surprised when that happens. Oh my God, they actually did it. No way.
Oh my God.
See, I feel like that's something they would. Do you think that's something they would do? Like tease an item like a few months before and be like, oh yeah, we're adding it to this game too, but in 3D maybe. So I guess it kind of does act as the bullet bill because it also pretty much is the bullet bill from Odyssey, right? It's kind of similar. I guess maybe not timed, but
right.
Yeah,
it kind of works like the bullet bill capture in most sense. So I guess it wouldn't be that hard to re-implement.
Do they have a history of doing that? Of like revealing items and stuff in a previous game? Well, I mean, this is a very rare.
Kind of. I mean, this is for Smash Bros. A lot of times, Sakurai will add stages for games that aren't out yet. Like there was Yoshi's Woolly World in Smash 4. There's a couple of them, but that's like the first one that comes off the top of my head. So it's not really out of the question necessarily, but that would honestly be really sick.
And I mean, it would just an argument I saw was that it just makes the most sense because, like, considering it was a Wii U game and that they've been porting so many things from Wii U to Switch, not so much nowadays, but like it just makes sense to port that one as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks so cool. I'm just looking at the gameplay. It's so cool. It reminds me of one of the caps from Wario Land 1. I think it has like it's similar to that. Like he has like a jetpack on his head or something, and it kind of works similarly. That's like the first thing I thought of when I saw this. I'm like, man, that looks like that cap.
As exciting as I am for this level, there's going to be those levels where there's like super narrow hallways that's only spikes, and you're like, you got to clear this, and it's like it gets super wavy. It's going to be like nearly impossible to beat.
I feel like they're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna do the same thing with the frog suit too. Like those are brutal underwater.
Or the P
navigations.
Oh my god! Someone could recreate that really hard TMNT level on the NES where there's like all the electronic
that's
whatever.
Absolutely true. Yeah.
They could like recreate that, and you're wearing the frog suit. Just make it like impossible.
Since you mentioned, and I guess I don't know if we're gonna wrap up soon, but like you mentioned the like wavy spikes that you'd have to navigate through with the bullet bill, and I'm just thinking of the Sans fight.
Yeah,
like the intro, like it would be exactly the same. It's like, oh no.
I mean, you should. There's already some really brutal like Undertale fight levels, but yeah, they could definitely use this mechanic to get that sense of speed again.
Yeah,
which is absolutely. I do not want to play.
I guess something else we definitely need to touch on is we already kind of talked about it. Mecha Koopa. Mecha Koopa is like ridiculous in this game for some reason.
I love it. It's so cool.
The lasers.
Yeah, there is lasers. He can shoot bullets. You can fly them with. You can make them bigger or something. I think
you
it's
can
like
make mechs with the Mecha Koopas. That would
you
be
can literally
so
make
cool.
robots.
Correct me if I'm wrong though, but it depends on which like day or night thing you do though, right?
Yeah,
is there
if it's
ability?
nighttime,
I
I think
like,
that's when you can like control them.
Yeah, because you can. That's what I don't like, because that kind of limits your almost creativity, because that limits Mario's movements to being to a certain nighttime as well. So it's like if you want that style, but you want everything else to be the same, you kind of can't. You kind of are stuck with night version of Super Mario Bros. 3 Desert or whatever. So it's kind of like it's cool, but
there's a lot of things like that in Mario Maker where it's like limited.
That's true.
But I still like.
Still sad they haven't added unlimited time. Still sad they haven't added a.
No, they'll never do that.
Yeah,
that would be. I'm not gonna lie, Tetra. That would not be a good idea, because what if someone does like 10,000 seconds and you have to beat it?
I guess in that sense. I mean, like for like if you're playing Course World or whatever, like the one where you're playing levels in a row, whatever it's called, that would suck. But I feel like if someone wanted, just for the sake of someone wanted to make a really long level, like it's an adventure of a level packed into one stage, I think you should be able to. But I definitely do see the counter argument that people could make really garbage levels that would be unnecessarily too long. So yeah,
I will say I do think 500 seconds is a little short. It'd be nice if you could go up to at least 800, because even
I was gonna say like 999, like
or that would be fine. Because even in the normal New Super Mario Bros. Games, some of the castle levels give you 800 seconds. So yeah, I think we should be able to have at least a little bit more time.
Maybe that'll come in.
Yeah, maybe not unlimited, but yeah, I would at least like
just more
1,000
at least.
Yeah,
that would be the ultimate secret DLC.
Yeah. I was gonna say like maybe that can come in a future update, because this is the final major update. What if it's
exactly?
Just like
I was gonna say that
tiny...
there could be more minor stuff like that. Maybe. Yeah. Who knows? But
I almost wonder if they're gonna do like DLC for the game styles. Like $3, you can do the Mario 64 DLC or whatever.
Okay. I just found an answer to one of our questions earlier. We asked about if it's gonna be Peach. I just posted. There is a part of it where they showed it is just Toadette in Super Mario Bros. 2 style.
Darn.
So rest in peace.
She looks abnormally tall.
She does.
Okay, so that's what they did. Okay, that makes sense now, because I was thinking there was definitely a height difference in the original game, but they probably made all of them the same height.
Yeah.
For
yeah, Toad was definitely not that
so
big.
Strange.
Toad was not that large.
I'm looking at the picture you sent me.
I don't like it.
I don't know. Is that? I think that's just. Isn't that the Mario Bros. 1 version, or maybe not?
No.
Maybe you're right. I'm not sure. I just saw it with Luigi. So maybe you're right. Maybe I'm.
I honestly can't tell. I don't know.
My argument stays though. Todd looks large.
Yes, they don't look right. Even like the Mario Bros. 1 skins, they don't look good. Like I don't know. It just looks weird.
The problem is, it's not like you can scale Mario and Luigi correctly, right?
Yeah,
you can't scale Toad and Toadette correctly because they don't have legs. They're like a Kirby entity.
That's right.
That's
why it looks so weird.
The only thing that happens is Toad's torso gets big.
Yeah, you gotta give him like an eggplant body. So that
I hate it. Now that I see it, I hate it.
Honestly, they should have just given him a long neck. Keep his tiny head and his tiny body.
Toad's body just looks like a big egg.
Yeah.
Like Toad's head on an egg with arms and legs.
So no. Toad was not meant to be a tall lad. He's meant to be short.
I mean, granted, he could get tall in the original Super Mario Bros. 2, but like not
not that
where they're
Yeah,
trying
not this tall.
not uniform scaling though.
Right? Yeah, they didn't do that. He was just shorter than everyone else.
It's just like the opposite version of that drawing of Toad where he has like the high heels on. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think I've seen that.
The
I don't
really
know if I
long
want to see
legs.
that.
The really long legs and the high
so,
heels.
yeah.
You guys have seen it. You might have blacked it out of your memory, but you've seen it. Trust me.
It's repressed.
I've probably seen it.
But it's like the opposite of that. Like there's no leg. It's all torso.
body. Yeah.
I'm so excited for World Maker. Oh man.
That's so cool. Yeah.
I know.
I just thought that you can add like pipes and stuff to like teleport around the map too. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can add pipes, you can add bonus games. I mean, like I said, the only thing it's missing is just a way to add like alternate exits to your levels, and that's really it.
Yeah.
It's so
One thing I did say during my stream, I do still wish that they made this visually in each style, so it wasn't just Super Mario World. I do understand why.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool to like do it in like Mario Bros. 3, New
That's
Super
kind of
Mario Bros.
surprising.
Even
it
I
in every
think
style.
that's weird because I think only Mario 1 is the only style that doesn't have like a map. So I don't know why they wouldn't do that.
It actually technically kind of does if you've played Super Mario Bros. Deluxe on the Game Boy Color.
There you go.
Yeah, it is super basic on the Game Boy Color. It's
Yeah, that is strange. Because I was thinking it's like, well, it's probably the one it's most known for. But then I thought like, well, 3 was the first time it came up though, so I don't know.
right, yeah.
So I do like that you can like add just background objects like hills or like just random stuff. So it's not just like
so
a basic.
nice.
It's not just making a basic path from A to castle. But you can kind of put hills and stuff everywhere. You can also change the tile. So if you do make a ghost house level, you can make it look like a ghost house in the game.
Yeah.
Stuff like
Wouldn't
that
it-
I think is really cool as well.
Wouldn't it have been so sick if you could add like warp whistles?
That's what I was thinking that when we were talking about Mario Bros. 3, I'm like, I wish. Like alternate exit, but with warp whistles.
And it's like what they could do is if you're playing the level individually, the warp whistle's just like points. But if you're playing it in the world, it actually warps you to like a different world. Like that would be so awesome.
And when you think about it, every game has something like that. Like the warp pipe, the warp whistle, the key, that like those
cannons.
cannons.
The Switch Palace, kind of. Yeah, and the cannons too.
It's like every game we're giving you ideas, Nintendo. Just choose them.
Yeah, the cannons.
I feel like
would
there
have
must be a reason.
Actually, yeah. I mean, well, here's the thing. Like the fact they even did it at all is pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, I think we're all like super excited, but we're just like I guess
We're just
about
kind
stretch
of like
goals.
thinking about like, oh, what else could they have done? I guess.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
Yeah.
Stretch goals is the perfect way of describing that. It's
Yeah,
just, like,
pretty
minor
much.
Absolutely.
things.
See, I do wonder. I guess the world's gonna be named after your account because there's no Mii's in this game, so you can't just like make a new Mii to tie to the level. So, but you could still make like a stupid name account, and make it like. Oh, I don't even want the ideas are endless about what super blank world you can make.
Super
Just
Zuck World.
Super Zuck World. Yeah.
Oh my god, someone needs to do that. Make a Mii of Zuck and just put the name there.
Might change
Super
my
Soup
account
World.
name to Bagged Milk.
Super Bagged
Bagged
Milk
Milk
World.
World.
Send it to Nico. It's just gonna be first of all,
It's
just
just
all
Canada.
coins. Just all coins.
You must beat this before your bedtime, or else.
Dude, that would be kind of cool if you can like make. Well, the thing is, it doesn't look like you can make the world that big, but if you could like make countries and kind of shape them around that,
That would be dope.
that would be
yeah.
that'd be really.
I mean, you could do each world like a different region. You could do that, kind of make like Canada a snow
That's-
region, kind of like and then
There you
model the ground kind of after that, what it kind of looks like. You could do that. That'd be cool. Actually, if someone does that, like
that's
an
what I'm
8-world
thinking,
gauntlet of
yeah.
like different countries.
Yeah. Something else that's cool is you can even like choose the amount of lives that you go in with. You can set it to
Really?
1.
Oh, really?
Set it to 5 or 10 or whatever. That is really awesome. I thought it would be default, but no, you can start people
many
at
as you
whatever you
want.
want.
Like seriously, the only time I really played Mario Maker 2 was to make that one level, like back when it first came out, and like this new update has just been like, oh god, I have
Time to
an
make
itch.
levels.
I must
Yeah,
play.
I must itch. I must scratch this itch.
You're like washing your face in the bathroom, and you look into the mirror, and Mario Maker 2's in the background. Like,
It follows me everywhere.
It is time.
return to us.
The time has come.
And what's funny is that, like, you might be thinking like, oh, but I mean, it only comes out 2 days after the announcement. It's like, yeah, but we're recording a day after the announcement, and a day before it comes out. So unfortunately, we do have to.
Maybe
wait
we'll
for
like touch on it next podcast. We'll do a quick recap of what our post release
like it?
experience is.
Turns out we hate everything that was announced.
that. All of it
bad.
sucked.
But I think it's a good way to kind of segue, into kind of the closing in terms of like we've covered all this stuff on the podcast now, everything that we saw in the trailer, everything we're expecting to play in the game. For those of you watching, were you disappointed? Are you excited? What things hypothetically, just throw it out there. Like, were you things that you wanted to see in the game that maybe didn't make the cut that may appear in DLC later? If you have the ability to comment, drop it down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts, or even shoot us a message over on Twitter. Right. But with that kind of wraps up Minus Cast number 14. So thank you so much all for watching, and we'll see you in the next cast.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
In a bit.
In a bit.
Do 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 do.